So we now have a ring on a string. It's all their fault. Blame them. All right, there it is. See? On there? All right. Now, one string comes over this way. The other string comes over this way. Now, you see how that forms an X? Have you ever heard of X marks the spot? Yep. Thank goodness there's people as old as me. X marks, that's how we're going to keep track of where the ring is. All right? That's where the ring is. Simple as that. Now, raise your right hand for me. Hey, you caught it. That's all that matters. Right hand, grab that string. Left hand, grab that string. Other left.
I'm the kid. He's in a pod.
Oh boy.
We're doing great.
Okay.
Smaller than him, excuse me.
Extra hand. You did bring it, right? The other hand?
That one.
Okay.
Yep.
Extra hand. Grab the wand. Oh, yay. All right. Now, hold on tight.
Look at Lily. She looks like
Tight.
she's a model. Like,
Now, whatever you do,
right?
don't let go of the wand. Now, X marks the spot. What's under that X?
The ring.
A ring. Are you sure about that?
Wow.
Wow.
There you go. How about a big hand for my sister? Thank you so much.
They're millennials. They don't know. Yeah. 7 stars. Yeah.
There's a saying. That wasn't even the funny line. There's a saying, if you give a magician enough rope, they'll do a rope trick. It's one of the sad things. So I wanted to do my favorite rope trick for you. But I may not be able to. Well, see, here's the thing. You see that little one? And the medium? And the really long one? See, that's the problem. I cut the ropes wrong. See, the trick that I wanted to do for you, I need 3 medium-sized ropes. Right? Not just 1 medium, 2 mediums, 3 mediums. That's what I need to do the trick. But since all I brought was this tiny little one, this really long one, and only 1 medium, I'm afraid I can't do the trick for you. Sorry about that. All right. Question, can you see these? Kind of? All right. Could you hold that for me, please? Thank you so much.
You don't have to hold it right now. He's holding it straight out.
Oh, yeah. You can relax. Now, when I'm talking to the little kids, I try to teach them some science. I talk about solids. All right, like solids. You know they're solid because they don't go through each other, and that's how you can tell that something is solid, because solids don't go through each other. All right. And I try to teach them that, and for some reason, they keep hollering at me. I don't know why. Woo.
Wow.
13, catch. Faster than that.
I got your back, girl.
Watch right here. Are you? Yes, right there.
Yeah.
Right there. You watching? Right there.
What?
Are you confused again?
That'll
Yeah, clear things up.
Now, can I have that one back? Thank you so much. Now we got 3 of them. Boom.
Whoa.
The Olympics.
Whoa.
Wow.
Can you do me a favor? Put your hand up in the air. There you go. Just like you need to go to the potty. Well, you never had to go to the potty?
Yes, Charles.
Grab hold of that. Now stay right there. All right. Now, these rings, they're not going to fit through there, are they? No. And they're not going to fit that way, right?
Right.
Just wanted to be sure. Thank you.
Nice job.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I just tripped over something. Wanna come help me here?
Dogs. Are you going to solve her in half?
Everybody's been wondering about the box.
Bite her in half.
Here's the thing. In the box, ain't nothing. It's an empty box.
Funny. Dang it.
Mappus. Sappus. Holy crapus.
Another puppy.
That's another puppy for you.
Making fun of my mat. Why are you laughing?
I'm waiting for Maddie to pop out.
I
How about this fella?
know.
That's awful.
Now, I heard of something kind of special. Is there a Kevin here? Kevin! I have to tell you, I did forget to bring the Geiger counter. It's packed away right now, but somebody wants you to have this. Isn't that cool? So, oh! Start the car! Oh, shit. Start the car!
Have an umbrella.
Congratulations.
Tanner, I appreciate it.
You're fired.
Oh, anyway,
have a wood chipper.
I don't know who knows about the Hats Off Award. But of course I won't let that happen. Alright? So,
Kevin.
come up. Long time coming.
He's over here. Oh, I thought you were going
Don't drop that.
Why not? Alright, so
Don't give it to Antoine.
many, many years ago, in a state not too far away from here, the hats was awarded to a member of the family for doing something sometime, long time ago. All right, and as we felt the need, we awarded to someone for doing something, and as you all can think, Kevin may or may not have done something, right? She's crying again. So, oh God, she pisses me off when she does that. Anyway, so you know, you might think that, you know, because Kevin had a nice, long, unexpected retirement at, you know, a great career in the community, it could be one of the reasons he might have done something. Or it could be he's a great dad, you know, because we all know that Kevin is a great dad, and love it. Or it could be he's the fix-it guy. You need something fixed, Kevin's always around to do it. So, of course, one of those would all be great, but me personally, I well, you know, if you really want to do the math, on October 15th, he will have put up with my sister for 36 years, which is about the time he took her away from me when I was about 18, right? So that's more time, twice as much as the time I've done it. So I really have a lot of respect and love for Kevin. So I want to make sure that you get the where's JV? JV's around. All right, yeah. So I want to make sure that you get the hats off from
The real one.
Is it the real one?
Okay.
That's what we want.
Wait a minute, that was.
Did you guys have that set up?
All right, so that's all.
There's a story
All right.
behind this. I'll fill you in.
So the hats got too big for everyone to sign. And while I was in my possession for the last, not yours, the last 14 years.
That's the last one.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice
For the
job.
last 14 years, I decided to Stanley Cup it and get a nameplate system going. And whoever might have a hat that's signed, that's truly the fake one. The real one
Don't
is
break that one.
is stapled on there, and all the signatures are on the bottle. So, love you, brother. Here you are. So, Jeff has his call. Oh wait, I think Jeff has something to say to you.
Pop that.
I can't top that.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Frank, get in that picture with them.
Yeah, come on,
Get in
Fred.
there. What the
Yeah,
heck?
you broke it up a
man.
little.
Come on, everybody. It's just picture time.
Let me get them up there.
Thanks.
Acceptance speech. Yeah.
No, I don't. Speak?
Are you going to slam it on the ground too?
No, I'm going to take it apart and make sure it's the real one. I think this one's the real one. It's pretty solid.
Let me grab your plate.
I think there's a weight in there.
Okay, so we're all here.
Well, there were
And,
imposters that came up with it.
Hey, wait a minute. Nobody voted on this.
I don't know if you all know about the Hats Off Award. But the one thing you need to remember is I was the first one to receive it. And my sister and my sister Winnie, who's not couldn't make it up here years ago, thought that I was doing a good job in school and stuff, and so we got the first Hats Off. I got the first Hats Award, and it has translated over the years to a very funny thing, or people stealing it, and
Hold them for ransom.
yeah, all kinds of stuff. So
Purchasing fake ones. Yeah.
which
Thinking
we hope
they have the real one and they don't.
we hope the fake ones were. But is there a way I could turn this light on?
Yeah, I'll turn it on.
Because so Ann was putting this thing together for Kevin, and she calls me a couple months ago, and she says, "Hey JB, you know,
Is
let's
that
do
bright
some-"
enough, JB?
Yeah, turn it down a little bit. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll be there. Blah blah blah. And but then she calls me up a couple days later. Oh yeah, you gotta write. You gotta do a speech. I'm like, oh shit. So I'll just say a couple words. I got my iPhone and I'm working on it a little bit, and the next thing you know, I end up with like 3 pages. So Kevin and I met in the Navy, if you don't all know, and we went to Prototype, which is nuclear power stuff, up in Boston Spa, in New York, and I got to know him, and I found out he's really handy with working on cars. And I'm like, hey Kev, I got this 1972 Ford Ranchero, and I need to tune it. And he goes, yeah, I can help you with that. And I go, okay, and when can we do it? He goes, let's do it tomorrow. Well, the next thing you know is like, it happened to be a kegger going on. And I basically blew Kevin off and went to this kegger, right? And, you know, like, okay, perfect start to a great relationship. And we graduate from prototype, and they have our assignments where we're going to go, and it turns out that Kevin and I got assigned to the same submarine. And I'm like, oh, cool, I know him. And I go chase Kevin down, you know, and I go, hey, we're on the same submarine. And he looks at me and goes, yeah, so?
I still remember that.
Yeah, it was like, I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I really should have showed up that morning. But anyway, so we end up going to the boat, and we started hanging out. After a while, I guess I grew on Kevin, at least he could put up with me. And we made a lot of friends. You know, Frenchie LaPont, hey, right? Huey Long, Kenny Berkland, John Anderson, Mike Tucker, Alan Shevers, who I know is your favorite friend.
Yes.
This is all tongue-in-cheek. Ron Blanton, I thought it was so funny that you brought him up today. Louis Ponzarelli, Lou Bosch, which it would be great if he was here today. And do you remember Larry Martin? And you know, and the list goes on. You know, but we just you know, we just are always together. You know, and we had this small tradition, and you were talking about this earlier, Kevin. Before we would go, the submarine would go out to sea, we'd all get together because we knew we were going to be gone, you know, for 90 days, or you know, gosh knows where we end up. So we all get together and we go eat dinner. You know, nothing really special, but you know, we did the guys that had wives and stuff, we'd all, you know, just go to like Applebee's or Olive Garden, and we just sit and have dinner. It was really kind of cool, you know, and like, you know, you think, oh, you sailor guys, you're kind of, you know, kind of a mellow group of folks. But one night we went and attended one of these events, and we were driving on the way home, and Kevin had this pickup truck, and he was always the designated driver. Because he always drank Miller High Life, right? And you know you can't get drunk all day. And, so he was always the DD, and then we're driving down the road, and we're on the other side of the river, and you know, back in the days, like, you know, we just jump in the back of the truck, I would sit in the front of the cab, and you know, and we'd head down the road. And the guys start knocking on the back of the cat.
They were sitting in the back?
Yeah, we did it all the time. Yeah.
That was fine.
Before airbags. We weren't wearing seatbelts.
Yeah, right.
So they're knocking on the door. Hey, Kev, pull over. We need to pee. We're like, okay. So we pull it over, and we jump out. You know, and we all, you know, and we're doing our business. And it turns out that we're like at this construction site, you know, I don't know if you remember, but they had like these little seedlings, you know, for evergreen trees. That was, you know, Kevin goes, oh, I like one of them for our front yard. And he goes and pulls it out, you know. Well, about the same time, you know, you gotta remember, we're in the Navy, we're a bunch of swabbies. And there are some locals that happen to be going by, and we're doing our business, you know, and pulling up the trees and just being horrible sailors. And they get out and they drive by and they start like yelling at us, "Get out of our town! Stop peeing in our front yard!" You know, that kind of, I mean, you know, quick whatever. And we, of course, you know, the hand gestures started, you know. And you know which ones they are. And they weren't happy about it. They turned around and come back, and they jump out of the car, and just like kind of a street fight kind of broke out a little bit, right? Well, this one guy who was one of the locals I'm talking about had something in his hand that looked like a gun, and like, whoa, dude! Well, from behind, Mr. James Bond comes out and wrestles this gun out of this guy's hand.
Kevin, very seriously, you did that.
I don't recall.
You plead the fifth.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey,
So,
hero.
so during this street fight, I was very brave. I just jumped in the cab of the truck and hid. And so we were, we ended up. Kevin got, this pistol out of this guy's hand, and these guys, it pretty much ended there, and they took off. And I jump out of the cab and going, yeah, we showed them, didn't we? So Kevin always liked road trips, and so did I. And at this time, we were all kind of doing things, and whenever we got liberty or leave or something, we hit the road, and it wasn't.
I hope you weren't driving.
No, Kevin always drove because he drank Miller High Life, right? So we go up to visit Bob and Maureen, right? This one trip, and we're like going down. I think it's the New York Thruway. I can't remember. And we're cruising, and between us is that ever-present cooler of Miller High Life. And Kevin's got one in his hand, I didn't, because I didn't drink that. And we're going down the road, and all of a sudden, like in front of us, there's like tires squealing, blah blah blah. Something happened that we didn't really see. Tractor trailers were crisscrossing the way, trying to avoid whatever the mess was
it
going on in
snowing?
front of. What?
Was it snowing?
No, it was like a beautiful summer day,
Okay.
But when you're doing almost 90 miles an hour going down the throughway with the beer in your hand and all, it's like kind of hard not to miss this stuff. And so we're cruising down. Kevin, he's driving, hits the brakes. We go down to the left as far as I can remember. We almost go into the culvert. We're gonna, I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna roll out and roll over, and we pull back up into the highway, and there's all kinds of smoke and stuff going in front of us, and we end up, it's a 5-lane highway, we end up stopped in the middle of this highway, right? And I look at him, and he looks at me, and he goes, I didn't even spill a drink.
That's my honey bunch.
So, Kevin and I got out of the Navy in 1983. I got out in May. You got out in August, if I remember.
Yep.
And so I was planning on going to school, in Akron, Ohio, and my sister Ann was living in Cuyahoga Falls with our sister, and we decided we were going to go to school together, right? And it's cool. And so I go to Ann and say, hey, I got to move from Norfolk. I need to pack up the U-Haul. Why don't you come down and help me out? She says, okay. So I still had stuff to do in the Navy. I still had duty. Every 4 days I had duty. So I asked Kevin. I said, hey Kev, every 4 days here I have duties. Will you mind looking after my sister for me? And he goes, yeah, no problem.
He did.
Yeah. So I come home one morning, and I realize that Ann wasn't sleeping on the couch where I expected her to be.
Excuse me.
And I realized that Kevin was true to his word.
Yeah, you always left out that part of the story. My children are here, JD. Thank you.
We know.
It's real. It's life. It's wonderful.
I know.
So here I am. I'm saying, okay, I'm getting out of the Navy. I'm going to leave all my Navy times behind me. I won't see my buddies anymore. New chapter in my life. I'm resigned to do all that. and I moved to Akron, Ohio. With Dan. We get this really cool little apartment,
It was
and
fun.
and
It was fun.
yeah. And the next thing you know, Kevin starts showing up. And one of these visits with Kevin, I'm like, hey Kevin, you know, when I got out of the Navy, I kind of figured I wouldn't see you anymore. And he looks at me and says, I'm not here to see you, JB.
And JB was disappointed.
Well, this is the part where I was saying later we'll talk about the side stories we can talk about. But anyway, so then, you know, obviously Kevin and Ann got married on October 15th, 1983.
Yep.
At this really cool gazebo. Now, was it Hudson or was it Stowe?
Hudson.
Hudson.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I got Hudson down here.
Good. Good job.
I had to Google it, you know, to look. But I happen to be one. So anyway, and I was his best man. And I think that was only because nobody from New York would drive all the way out there. So now I'm his brother-in-law. We used to be friends.
Used to be, huh?
I'm not sure if that's a promotion or a demotion, but here we are. You know, but you know, over the years we still managed to do guy things together. You know, like today we went to the dump with Kevin.
Used to be peeing on the side of the road.
So
Did you do that today?
time went by. Dawn and I got this sailboat, and we had it down out to Chesapeake, and we got together one time and said, "Hey, let's go do a guys, you know, weekend away." And we got Ryan and Patrick because they were old, you know,
Yeah.
it was years ago, and,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah,
said
oh.
we'll go out, we'll do a guys thing, you know. And we're out sailing, and Kevin's sailing experience was kind of limited, but he is willing to learn, you know, what's going on.
To see.
So as we're sailing across the Chesapeake, you know, I'm
Yeah.
teaching Kevin
About the water.
as much as I can. I said, like, okay, this is how you trim the sails, you know, and this is how you do that. And I said, when we come up upon a wake, just point the sailboat into it, and we'll sail right through it. He goes, okay, I got this, JB. And he's doing a great job. And we get across the Chesapeake, and we get into over by Smith Island, and we're thinking, let's pull in here for the night, and you know, we relax. It was hot as hell. We didn't want to like sleep on the sailboat, so we're like, okay, let's pull in here. You know, we'll get a room. You know, blah blah blah. And there was this really narrow channel that went into Smith Island, and I said, okay, you know, just keep, you know, red buoys to the left, green buoys to the right, and you know, we'll be in there. Kevin's sailing, you know, and I'm on the foredeck, and it just turns out that there's this headboat that comes out of Smith Island, and we learned later, and we experienced at this point, was this captain of the headboat just loved to come into the channel at full throttle and damn everybody who's in between them. So we're sitting there, and actually I think the people at, that were the watermen who were hanging out were going, hey, you guys, watch out, the headboat's coming in. And we're like, yeah, what? We're not locals, you know. And this guy, we're halfway in the channel. There's not really much room to go left or right. We're in the channel, and all of a sudden we hear, wah, and this guy comes barreling down the channel. And I look at Kevin, he looks at me, and I went,